My name is Craig Engel. I work for Columbus Hydraulics and my title is a finish welder. 3 years ago, my father-in-law and I were headed south out of Genoa and some kids were going to a football game in Fullerton. They collided with my side of my car on the driver's side. They life-flighted me then down to Lincoln. The doctors didn't know how long I'd even make it. I broke both collarbones and I got a traumatic brain injury out of the car wreck. I actually had to learn how to walk and eat and talk and everything again. Then my wife found out about a place in Omaha called QLI, Quality Living Incorporated, where they help people out with brain injuries and spinal cord injuries. When I was leaving QLI, I remember them telling me about Nebraska VR and how they'd help me set up a job and look for jobs and employment.
When I first met Craig, he came in with his family. He told me that he wanted to get back into welding, but wasn't quite sure where his skill level was. My first thought was, I want to meet him where he's at. Let's figure out where his skills are at as soon as we can. We have a great partnership with our community college here in Columbus. So I got a hold of the instructor at CCC and I asked him if he would be willing to let Craig come out and do some welding, and so we could see kind of where his level was at and what businesses it might match nicely with here in the Columbus area.
Columbus Hydraulics is a custom manufacturer of hydraulic cylinders. We have a great relationship with Nebraska VR. When they call, I listen. They are very knowledgeable of the workforce here in Columbus and the different skill levels that are needed. And they are very familiar with Columbus Hydraulics and what we're looking for in candidates.
We set up time to come and meet with Bryan beforehand, before he met with Craig, and we talked to him about what Craig's needs were, what we knew was going to help him be successful, and why we knew that he was going to be a successful employee for Columbus Hydraulics.
I came out here to Columbus Hydraulics with Marlene from Nebraska VR and checked it out, introduced myself, talked to Bryan Ternus. They walked me through the whole plant.
Bryan knew that based on the evaluations that we had done with Craig prior to bringing him here, that he had the skill that Columbus Hydraulics needs in a welder. It was a big part of Craig's success to start out part-time. He hadn't worked since his accident.
He was working, I think, 4 hours a day. We did that for about 6 weeks. Then once he felt comfortable, had his legs underneath him, then we bumped him up to 8 hours a day. And currently we run 10-hour shifts, and Craig's been running 10-hour shifts for the last 3/4 of his employment here.
Working full-time feels good to me now because the doctors didn't think I'd be here today.
At VR, it's really important to provide, I call it retention counseling. So once they start, we stay heavily involved in most cases to make sure that their transition has been a smooth one. ATP got involved. They helped him figure out what type of technology was going to help him get through his day to remember his schedule.
Nebraska VR and ATP helped me get a pebble watch. They really helped me out with a lot of things. It had a calendar on it. I could set alarms on it. If somebody is calling me, I could look at it for a caller ID. I like coming to work in the mornings just to get out of bed, start my routine normal. We always sit down and have coffee in the mornings together to talk about what the day's gonna be like.
Craig Engel has a great attitude. Every day he comes in, he's always got a smile on his face. He likes to joke around, and he just kind of uplifts everybody else's attitudes around him.
I've been at Columbus Hydraulics for over a year now. I didn't really expect to be here this long, but I really love welding, and I can't believe God let me remember how to weld. It's been a long time.